Hi friend, Toya here at Toya Talks, where I share with you tips and tricks on how you can lose weight and improve your health with intermittent fasting and healthy lifestyle habits. And today, I want to answer a question that some of you may have, which is, should I get weight loss surgery? The reason you may have that question is because maybe your doctor recently told you, based on your BMI or your body mass index, that you are a candidate for weight loss surgery. Or maybe it's because you may be overweight in addition to also having another health complication like type 2 diabetes or high cholesterol. So, should you do it? Should you go under the knife and get weight loss surgery? My goal in this video is to share a few things that you should consider before agreeing to have weight loss surgery or not. So first of all, I want to say this is not a decision that should be made lightly, okay? Weight loss surgery is a huge commitment. It's definitely not a quick fix. This is something that will change your internal anatomy. Most of the weight loss surgery procedures, there's a few different ones, but most of them do restructure your digestive anatomy in some way for you to either be able to eat smaller portions or constricting how much you eat before you feel full. This, however, is something that's lifelong, right? Once they make those changes to your anatomy, you need to go into this understanding that this is a lifelong commitment. A lot of times there are also supplements that you have to take for life once having this surgery done, because it changes the way that your body processes, some foods, as well as the way that your body is able to absorb nutrients from foods. So I definitely wouldn't want you to go into this thinking, oh, I'll get this weight loss surgery and this will be the answer to my problems. You still need to be committed to knowing that this will be a new way that you will need to eat and live for the rest of your life, which is honestly the same thing that you would do if employing a different weight loss method. My second question to you would also be, what have you already tried to help lose weight, and have you been fully committed to that effort? And the reason I say that is because a lot of times we'll do things like we'll start calorie tracking, maybe get a little success from that, but it's too much of a commitment, so we chuck that. We might start Weight Watchers, do that for a little bit, too much of a commitment, or you lose a little bit of weight, but then after a while, you don't have time for counting points anymore. You may have tried intermittent fasting, you may have tried keto, you may have tried South Beach. If you have dibbled and dabbled in a few different things and gotten some success, but if you know deep down that you really didn't truly commit to the process, I challenge you to ask yourself if maybe there's not something more that you could still do, or another avenue that you might be willing to explore and really truly commit to it, right? Because I think that before you make a decision to do something like weight loss surgery, it's important to know that you've tried all of your other options and you've done the very best that you could, and this is kind of your last option that you have available to you. Another option to consider is talking to your doctor about getting blood work done so you can check your thyroid levels, as well as your hormones, metabolism, your glucose. There may be some things, if you have any kind of insulin resistance or if your thyroid isn't operating the way that it should be, these are all things that could cause you to hold on to weight, as well as examining your lifestyle, right? A lot of times we lead very high stress lifestyles, and believe it or not, stress can cause you to really hold on to weight. So take a look at some other explanations that may help you understand more of why you're having a hard time losing weight, as opposed to just jumping right to the surgery option. If the answer to the last question is that no, you haven't really committed to your weight loss journey thus far, you've dibbled and dabbled in a couple things, but never really truly fully been committed to it, or maybe you didn't really believe that you could stick it out, I challenge you to do a little research. Look at the other options that are out there. If there was a method that worked for you in the past, maybe try recommitting to that method and sticking it out this time for the long haul, right? Tell yourself that you are going to commit to this for the next 3 months. And then after that, you're going to commit for another 3 months. Do it in shorter time frames instead of thinking how you have this huge weight loss goal that you want to achieve. You know, one of the big things that I recommend on this channel is intermittent fasting. It's how I personally lost over 90 pounds, and I think that it is an excellent way to lose weight. It's really all about when you eat as opposed to what you eat. A lot of people think, oh, you know, if you're doing intermittent fasting, you have to do keto or you have to cut out your carbs. You don't have to start there. You can add those things in later, but you can start with looking up intermittent fasting. I have some videos on this channel that explain to you how you can get started with the process. There are also a ton of articles and information out there on how you can get started with intermittent fasting, and it has so many other health benefits. So even if, right, you don't necessarily get as quick weight loss as you would like to see, intermittent fasting has so many other benefits like increased energy, lowering your blood sugar. It helps correct different hormonal imbalances. It helps with metabolic syndrome. So these are all things that you could get a benefit from that have nothing to do with weight loss. And then when you add the weight loss on, you're really cooking. So I think that that would be a great option for you to try and see how that works for you. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You are stronger than you think you are. I know that you may have let yourself down in the past. You've committed to different things and maybe it just hasn't worked out up till now and you're feeling desperate. Trust me, I understand. I have been there, but you can do this. You may just not have found what works for you yet, but that doesn't mean that you won't find it. And that doesn't mean that weight loss surgery is necessarily the answer. A lot of times what I found in my own journey is that there's more going on underneath the surface of our weight loss than just the number on the scale. So I urge you to explore your other options and really commit to losing weight before signing up for weight loss surgery. Now, if you know that you have tried everything that you could possibly do, you've committed to various methods, you've done your absolute best, and you just cannot lose the weight, you can't figure out what's going on, and your BMI is greater than 40, and you also have other health complications that are being negatively impacted by your weight, then I definitely think that sitting down with your doctor and having an informed conversation about weight loss surgery is an option that you can consider. I do think that when you sit down with your doctor, please take a list of questions with you. Ask about what you're going to need to do to prep for the surgery, as well as how life will be for you afterwards. Really going in with a full understanding of the risks and the benefits, as well as what life will look like for you afterwards. Because like I said, this will be a lifelong commitment. Just so you all know, I also was a candidate for weight loss surgery. At the time, I had high cholesterol and my BMI was 38 going on 39. So I was creeping up to what they consider morbidly obese, which is greater than 40. I was almost 100 pounds more than what my optimal weight should be. And I was pretty desperate, right? I really, really wanted to lose weight. I was disgusted with myself. I was so just discouraged. And I didn't see another option. And what I ended up doing was I did start the process. I did go to a couple consults, gotten the information, and I had started the nutrition classes. But to be honest, I was terrified. I really didn't want to do it. I didn't feel good about it. My husband was very much against it. And I knew there were a lot of risks as a nurse. I knew that it was a huge surgery as well as a huge lifestyle change afterwards, but I just didn't see another way. And I ended up really just praying about it and asking for guidance. And not too long after, I discovered the intermittent fasting process and I just went all in on it. You know, I almost looked at it like this is my last chance. This is something that I think could work for me. And I'm going to go all in and I'm going to commit to it and see what happens. And I did not do it with keto. I didn't honestly even do it with a whole lot of knowledge. I just did some basic research, put together a basic schedule and followed that. And when I saw that it was working, I just doubled down. So I urge you really to consider everything that I've said in this video. Think about all of the options that you have. And, you know, at the end of the day, you don't have to make a rash decision. If this is something that you have a little time on, really take the time to think about it. You can always make the decision to move forward with the surgery at any point. So think about everything that I've said to you today. If you have any questions, you can always follow up with your doctor. And they can also provide guidance to you as well as to maybe some options that you can consider outside of weight loss surgery. I hope this video was helpful. Talk to you guys later. Bye.